out of all the card tricks I perform for people in the real world, one of the most dependable tricks I perform that always gets big-eyed, loud reactions is Bigger Finish. It's just that kind of trick. Now, if you're like me, you've been in Magic a while and you're kind of sophisticated and you're maybe not necessarily impressed with a jumbo card, but lay people have never seen a jumbo card before. So to them, this is an inherently weird, magical, crazy object. If you can add to the appearance of this jumbo card another effect, the idea of separate cards fusing together to a jumbo card, you have another level of magic. If at the same time you reveal the identity of a selected card, now there is so much going on, so much theater, so much power, so much eye candy, no surprise, this sucker is bulletproof, okay? It's the kind of thing, you're gonna use it a lot, you're gonna be happy, you're gonna think that this was a really good investment in some strong magic. Now, there's a billion different things you can do with this. I'm sure you'll play around and come up with some of your own ideas, but let me show you a few things that I've done with it over the years with really good success. First, how to load this in the pack. Typically what I have it folded in half, folded in quarters, and I have it in my pocket, okay? Either my front pants pocket or maybe a jacket pocket. And when I usually don't open with this trick, and so after I've done a card trick or two and maybe the deck's been shuffled, I just make sure the force card, in this case the 10 hearts to match that one, is on top of the pack, all right? Then all I have to do is put this deck in my pocket. Maybe I'll do something else, some coins, some mentalists and something, and then sort of let me show you one last thing I think you're really gonna like, one of my strongest card tricks, blah, 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 and I take the deck out. Now, when I take the deck out of my pocket, because I already had this folded gimmick in the pocket and the force card on top of the deck, now when I take the deck out of my pocket, I am totally set. Now, you'll see from the front here, the very bottom looks a teeny bit, you can barely even see it here on camera. But my point is, if I'm holding the deck like this with the folded card in bottom, nobody sees anything. The last thing they're thinking of is, hey, I think there's a folded card under there, okay? Nobody sees anything. You're set up here, and you are good to go. So the first thing I do is force this. And there's a bunch of different forces you can use. But probably I think one of the simplest is just a slip cut riffle force. And what that is this. I'm here. I just grab about half the deck and I slide off the top card with my thumb as I just cut the pack and keep a break. That simple. Just cut the pack, keep a break. And so now I have my gimmick card still in the bottom, and I've got my pinky break here, and I just riffle the card, say stop whenever you want, they say stop. I out-jog that card, the top card, and there is my force card. Again, how you want to do it, your favorite force and things you can work out here, but that maintains sort of the setup and everything, and I'm good to go. Now all I do is spread out the cards, and I'm going to use Vernon's Substitute Transfer. Let me tilt the camera down a little bit here so you can see this more clearly, okay? So I spread out the cards, and as I spread out the cards, say touch one, which they do. So here they have a free choice, not once, not twice, but 4 times, and each time emphasizes the fairness of everything you do in your show, including that last selection, because these are all so fair. Now, I square these up. I'm going to do Vernon's Substitute Transfer. Kick these with my fingers, coming over here, kick these to the side. All right? Come over with middle finger at the front, thumb at the back. And I'm going to kind of it's very easy to get a break between the gimmick here and the rest of the deck. And when I pull these out, I'm going to slide the gimmick along for the ride, okay? It goes along for the ride here, okay? And for just a second, I'm holding all 4 cards and the gimmick. But I pull them out, come back and sort of square up the pack here and put the deck down. And as it goes down, I've actually taken all 4 selections on the bottom. Let's walk through that again. So I spread, touch, and don't be worried that people are going to spot the gimmick. They're not looking for it. Kick these over here, pull these out, square up the deck, this goes down, leave me now with just the gimmick. Now do not rush this part. They think they've got 4 randomly selected cards. You are so far ahead. So I either put this in someone's hands and have them squeeze, or I do it in my own hands and I squeeze, and after squeezing for a bit, I remove my hand and I let them see this. Now this makes absolutely no sense. Don't rush this. To a layperson, this is magic. It's like, what is going on with his sticky cards? So don't rush. This is a trick. Forget about the selection. What you've done is you've just had 4 cards impossibly fused together. Let that register. So that's magic enough. But when I turn this sucker over and they see it's a jumbo of the card they selected, it's one of those things that just hits hard every single time. So that's the handling I probably use the most. Loaded on the bottom, 4 cards selected, Vernon Substitute Transfer, I'm done. However, if I'm at a family show, this is sort of what I've done with kids, because you go to family shows and restaurants and there's kids around. And this is even easier, because you just have the jumbo card folded in quarters in your right pants pocket, just the front there, okay? Now what I can do whenever I want is I force my 10 of hearts, any old force I want to do. Okay? Then I have 4 cards touched. It's just like before. 4 cards are touched, 4 cards are touched. They can be any old 4 cards, okay? And I ask, what are the odds that your selection is one of these? And we can talk, have a bit of a game there. I say, well, watch. All 4 cards are going to make them vanish in full view. I go, watch. I go, 1, 2, 3, and just like that, look, they vanished. They're gone. You don't seem very impressed. Okay, well, look. Switch is done. So all I do is make a joke of it, get a laugh from it from a group, and this is great for a stand-up show. Cards have vanished, put them in my pocket for a second, leave my fingers in there, though, and then when I see it's not flying, I just kind of come out like that, say, you're not very impressed with that, okay. Later on, people will not even remember that you put them anywhere near your pocket, because it's such a quick, gaggy thing, okay? Then I'm here like this, and I press and press, or give it to the birthday girl or boy to press, and then boom, they open that. They can open up, or I can open up and say, was this your card? And again, bedlam. It's just one of those tricks that's sort of part novelty, part magic trick. And I think what matters most is for you to develop a handling or use one of those 2 handlings that you feel comfortable with, that allows you to focus on making this simple trick real magic by giving it life and by giving it some presentation. So much of it comes down to your own comfort. If you can find something, young magicians think there's good tricks or bad tricks, or that there are better ways or not, and most of that's just crap. Really, it comes down to you finding something that's comfortable for you, that helps you feel like a magician, and then sharing that with people, and that energy will come through. Thank you.